Hey, you want to say something into the camera? How about it? Exams are just a few days away and you need to use your time as efficiently as possible. In this video, we'll go over 6 basic things to maximize your learning efficiency. Let's get started. Every country and sometimes even every state produces something called course specifications, which are documents that outline everything that students should know for the exam. This is a great way to get a bird's eye view of the entire content and quickly separate the things you feel confident with and the things that still give you headaches. So go through the document, highlight anything that you feel like you haven't understood properly yet. Course specifications are also a great way of separating higher or advanced level content from standard or foundational level content. If you're taking a standard level course, this is a great way to cross out all the advanced content and further narrow down your efforts onto the things that matter. Now, if you're writing a central exam set by an exam board or a government, then doing past exam paper questions is by far the most useful study material you can use. So they usually come with a mark scheme so you can check your answers after having given it a go. Now, past exam questions are not just about checking if you know the content, they also are a way of learning how to answer a question. Now, many students know the content, but they don't write it down because they didn't think they had to. So going through these past exam paper questions is a great way of learning what is required of you in the exam. Some past exam papers can be found for free online, but usually the ones from the last year or two are locked behind teacher accounts. I would go ask your teachers to go fetch the latest past exam papers for you. Now, if you live in a country where your teacher sets the exam, then you can still look for past exams you wrote with your teacher, or you can also ask students from other year groups that were taught by your teacher in the past. They probably have exams from previous years that you could take a look at. Did you ever discover that while trying to explain something to somebody, you couldn't because you knew the content less well than you thought? It certainly happens to me all the time. What you want to do is to expose these laps in your knowledge by quizzing yourself. That's the way you uncover these things. So don't just try to read your notes, but hide them from sight and try to remember them. You could turn your notes into flashcards. Question on the front, answer on the back. Or you could ask your parents, siblings, your friends to pick content from your notes and quiz you on it. Trust me when I say that this method will hurt, because you will realize that all of your notes that you thought you had memorized were actually not that well stored in your memory after all. But this is the way forward. You must find the content that you don't know and focus on it. Hi.
Hello, what do you want? Oh, you want to play? You want to play?
Yeah. Okay, hold on. When you study, go for short, high-intensity sessions with scheduled breaks in between. For example, oh my god. So this is Rio, and he's been a little bit annoying today, but he's such a cute boy that I let him get away with it. And I guess you'll see more of him in the future. When you study, go for short, high-intensity sessions with scheduled breaks in between. For example, give yourself 20 minutes for a particular task, such as memorizing 10 vocab words or summarizing a paragraph or making 7 flashcards. Now set a timer and race against the clock. Now, when you give yourself a lot of time to complete a task, you will easily get distracted and start doing other things because your mind knows that there's still plenty of time left. In contrast, when using a timer, you bring that time horizon much closer, giving you that necessary urgency to get things done. Now, short study sessions are one thing, but in between there are study breaks. Now, studies show that breaks can increase your energy and ability to focus, but not all breaks are equally effective. In essence, taking a break doesn't mean doing whatever you want, but also requires effort. Your activities during your break need to be deliberately chosen to achieve higher regenerative effectiveness. In one study, 414 participants unscrambled words, took a break with either their phone or without, and then unscrambled more words. The participants that were on their phone during the break unscrambled about 6 words, while participants with no phone unscrambled about 8 words, which is a 25% increase in performance. I found this list on the Cornell University website on things you can do during your break to improve the effectiveness of your break. So go have a look at that and see if there's anything that you might want to do. This leads me to my next point, avoiding distractions. You've heard this advice countless of times, but let me drive home this important point with a study. Now, researchers recruited college students and asked them to complete a writing task on a computer. Some participants were randomly assigned to receive instant messages while completing the task, while others completed the task without interruptions. The researchers found that the participants who received instant messages took longer to complete the writing tasks and made more errors compared to the participants who did not receive messages. I suggest you put your phone on airplane mode and activate the Do Not Disturb feature on the Mac or the Focus Assist on Windows. Closing the door and facing the wall instead of a window helps me personally to get distracted less often by visuals. If you want to go hardcore, you can fetch one of these ear protectors. They're quite effective at blocking out noise and usually cost around $10 to $20. Now, before we close off, go down to the comments section and add any strategies that you use and have a look at what others have suggested. I'm sure that many of you have great ideas we all could learn from. Now, if you want me to help you with your exam prep, then follow the link in the description or drop a comment, which I guarantee I will reply to. So with that, good luck in your exams, and I'll see you in the next one.
Bye, Rio.